When I was a young teenager, I knew a clairvoyant. Yes, a person who has the power to see things beyond the range of natural vision. And one thing he said changed me forever. Daniel worked as a pedagogue in my local youth club. We played basketball, video games, and he taught us the basics of Wing Chun, a style of Kung Fu. As you can imagine, we idolized this man, being 15-year-old boys. The one thing I was most interested in was this mysterious education. It was hard to get him to talk much about it, but he did answer one question. Even though I was full of admiration, I was also snarky, and therefore I asked him, wasn't it a waste of money to get that education as a clairvoyant now that you work here as a pedagogue? He just smiled calmly and said something that I'll never forget. He said, "You can never move backward in life. No experience is ever a waste. You're always at the peak of your personal development." This wisdom wasn't just about clairvoyance. It's about you, your knowledge, and the untapped potential of video education. It's like having a superpower that you haven't fully unleashed yet. Now, I know what most people are thinking. I don't have the time, I don't want to show my face, and I want to make money from this quickly. Let's address each of these concerns head on. Did you know that the average person spends 2 hours and 24 minutes on social media daily? That's almost 17 hours per week. Imagine if you just directed 10% of that time to creating educational content. That would be about 2 hours a week, and that's more than enough to create a small, valuable video. Although I personally do prefer to watch real humans on video, you don't have to use your face. Just like a skilled puppeteer, you can captivate an audience without you being in the spotlight yourself. You could use animations, screen recordings, or just your hands to demonstrate some kind of skill. You might not make money from day one with educational video. And I really don't think you should aim for that. I think you should build the skill first and then monetize later. The cool thing is that most educational content has a longer shelf life than entertainment. A well-made tutorial can continue to generate value and income for many years to come, just like a fruit tree that bears fruit season after season. Let's dive deeper into the power of educational video. Picture your knowledge as a vast library. Video is the magic key to unlock that library, that knowledge for the world. It's not just content, it's access to your unique perspective. But many of us actually resist sharing. We perfect in isolation without ever sharing it with anyone, like a chef working on a recipe without ever letting anyone taste it. Last week, I talked to a community member and he said to me, "I don't need help yet. My project isn't ready." And all I was thinking during that call was, let me taste the soup before you serve it to me. By then, it's done. I can only tweak it a little bit by adding a little extra salt. But by and large, there's nothing to do really. It's like trying to change the course of a ship that's already docked. It's much easier to change course while it's still at sea. Y Combinator, the incubator behind giants like Dropbox and Airbnb, have two golden rules. Launch now and build something people want.
If you don't launch, you're being an idiot.
In other words, share early, get feedback, and iterate. It's a bit like learning to ride a bicycle. You don't wait to get on until your balance is perfect. You start wobbling, adjust, and gradually improve. So how do you embrace this messy, beautiful process of video creation? Start small. Your smartphone is like a video studio in your pocket. Use it. Share often. Each video is like a conversation between you and your audience. Listen and respond. Be authentic. Your quirks are your trademark.
With an employee who was better than me, and now I was all free to bring in the money.
Embrace them. Focus on transformation. Don't just inform, but try to inspire. You are the tour guide where you take people on a trip through your experience. Remember what Aristotle said, teaching is the highest form of understanding. When you educate with video, you're not just sharing knowledge, you're also deepening your own understanding of the subject. It's like explaining a magic trick. You understand it much better when you have to break it down for others. Still in doubt about the power of video? Consider this. According to a study made by TechSmith, 83% prefer to watch a video compared to going through instructional or informational content as text or audio. Your knowledge shared through video is the perfect solution for the vast majority. Here's another perspective. Try to think of your favorite teacher. Most likely, they didn't just transfer information, they also tried to transform your perspective. That is really the power you have when you step in front of the camera, for example. It's like a magic wand where you now have the ability to change someone's life. So what's your unique wisdom, your broccoli wrapped in bacon, your valuable truth made delicious and tasty and shareable? Maybe you're a master gardener who can teach people how to grow their own food. Maybe you're a financial wizard who can explain super complex things in very simple terms. Or maybe you're a craft enthusiast who can create something beautiful with your hands. Whatever your expertise is, remember the quote from Margaret Fuller: "If you have knowledge, let others light their candle in it." Your video could be like a spark that ignites 1,000 flames of understanding. Don't wait for perfection. Start now. Share your journey, embrace the uncertainty. Because in the end, it's actually not about you, it's about them. It's about the lives you touch, the minds you open, and the transformations you set in motion. It's like throwing a pebble into a pond. You never know how far the ripples will reach. That is the real power of educating with video. It all starts with you pressing record. Your first video might only reach 10 people. Your 10th video, maybe 100. Your 100th video, you might just change thousands of lives. Each video is a step forward, a chance to grow, a chance to have an impact. You're always at the peak of your personal development. Remember, every video you create adds to your expertise, expands your reach, and amplifies your impact. It's like compound interest for your knowledge and influence. So, what will your next video be about? What lives will you change? Your journey as a video educator starts now. If you don't want to walk alone, you can join our community at rootrees.com/community. I also recorded this masterclass where I teach you the basics of creating high-quality educational content.